Guys, deluded. You know, Wenger had his press conference today. All the glare is messing up. But yeah, I've got some quotes here, and I thought I'd try something different, like I've told you guys in a previous vid, rather than give you guys my personal spin on it. I'd rather say exactly what's said, and it does seem like what I've been telling you guys before. And I mean, I hate to say I know football, but I kind of know it every little now and again. I do like to remind you guys. I do kind of know what I'm talking about occasionally. So yeah, let's get into it. He was obviously speaking in regards to Wilshere playing in the under-23s, getting his fitness up, and the red card nonsense. So yeah, he said at my stage and with my experience in football, I can understand a lot, especially what happened to him. He's referring to the injuries and has sympathy for the way he reacted. Ideally, he wouldn't have responded at all. But when you have gone through what he has gone through with bad tackles, it was a human reaction. At the moment, he's working very hard to come back after his fracture. So another setback would be terrible, and it was a bad tackle, which it was. You know how much I love Jack and his talent, he added. That's a copy and paste. I don't know why I said he added. I started him at 17 at the age of 17, but today in the football world, you need to be more consistent, have a more consistent presence. What is at stake for Wilshere? Well, Jack is not his quality, his talent, or his determination. It's whether he is consistent presence at the top, and I hope he can manage to do that. And nobody asks his questions of his quality. So what does that mean? That's what I've been telling you guys. When he's fit and he's here, no one's better than him. You look at when he got injured against United, the Alexis debut season, best player other than Alexis, best player in 2012. Had a great preseason until Gabriel injured him. He was decent last year at Bournemouth. When he's actually fit in here, and like I said in my very first video, for the reason I started this, no one can talk to him with our midfield options apart from Mesut Ozil. Mesut Ozil's the only player I'd say 9 times out of 10 you're not starting ahead of him because he's just not better than him in the creative aspect. Xhaka probably as well, but Xhaka's not an outstandingly better candidate to play centre mid than him. I'd love to see both of them. We missed his bursting drives through the middle how many times last year? PSG both legs. I always say that because that's what stays in my head. We've missed his passing. We need that Santi replacement. He can play a number of midfield roles. He's a great player. But what have I told you guys? It just comes down to trust. Can we trust that he's going to be fit and we don't need to sign anybody and we've got 3 games in 10 days? Can we trust that he's going to be available? Can we look at pre-season and say who is going to be fit? Who is our midfield options? Currently, if you're honest, you can't. But we need to not even prove wrong because I believe in Wilshere. I love Wilshere. I've got a lot of time for Wilshere. I don't want him to leave. But he kind of needs to prove everybody that doubts him and everybody wrong in the sense that he can stay fit for a whole season. It is harsh because last year he kind of did, and ironically it ended at Spurs. We know it's funny for Spurs fans and things like that. But yeah, like he just needs to prove his fitness now, and he's got that. You'd probably like to think, I wanted to see him on the bench for the Liverpool game, but it's not going to happen. You'd like to think that he's going to be Europa League, Cup games and things like that. I really don't see the correlation because I don't know when that starts. When did it start? In November? We're now in August. There's plenty of football for him to get. He can get a couple minutes off the bench if he's building up his fitness. If I was him, like I said, you should believe in yourself to be able to play here because Xhaka is not outstandingly better than you at this moment in time. Ozil's the only one, and he might not even be here. Ox is another one that could play centre mid, but you probably got more about yourself. El Nene does another role to you, but you're better than him. Coquelin does another role to everybody in the side, but you're better than him. Like, there's no midfielders you're not better. Santi is better than you, but Santi's old and he's not going to stay fit. So, yeah, why are you shook? You should never have been shook. Never have been shook. Like, that's why I said Wilshere needs to remember who he is. This is Jack Wilshere. Big Jack Wilshere, man. We need that. As Wenger said, that English heart and passion married with the Spanish technique when he explained Wilshere a couple of years ago. That's what we need, man. Someone with the technical qualities and that gets it. I remember at White Hart Lane, when was it? It's either 2013 or 2014. I was working at Spurs. I used to work at Spurs in the match day things. Me and my friends used to sneak off because it was Arsenal versus Spurs. I actually got in trouble once because in the same game, Arsenal scored and I shouted. A lot of us shouted and the host complained. But back to the story, like I must have sneaked. I was watching the game, but I must have sneaked off in the last 20 minutes. Spurs actually won the game. I was sitting in the Arsenal in the Arsenal section, and I was watching the game. Only Wilshere was trying. Only Wilshere was trying to make it happen. I was looking at the players' faces. They knew it was peak. And that was one year I actually thought Spurs would finish ahead of us, to be honest. That's what we need. Typically, that's not the only time. Typically, go and look at any mad defeat when Wilshere's been there. He's the only one that constantly tries. He's the only one that gets it, man. I mean, I will say to Wilshere, you can't be scared of competition. For any big club, you cannot be scared for competition. You've come through it in the academy days. You're playing at one of the biggest clubs in your in youth football in Arsenal. Every week there must have been a new trialist and people must have been thinking, oh, am I going to lose my space? Take that same approach. You've been the coach's son in the sense that you're the one that's always going to play, the one that's everybody's gone into your ear. Now it's everybody starts again. No one's really got a reputation anymore like that. Guys, the Leader Goon, I'm waffling. I'm signing out. Get in the comments, subscribe, like, share it. Best YouTuber with this, man. You guys know it. That's why you're here. I'm out.